Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike LeBron Frank. The Bears sweater vest that Mike Ditka used to wear on the sidelines is up for auction.
I'm Frank Isola, so when you buy it, you're ever going to take it off? Let's be honest.
I'm in the running. I just Venmo'd it.
You'll wear that every day.
No, special occasions like Fridays and Mondays.
Only wear it when they get back to a Super Bowl.
That would be, I'm open. We're bullish on next year. Huh?
Mothballs on it.
Welcome to PTI. Tony's abandoned you people. So here to co-host is our great friend from the starting lineup on Sirius XM, Mr. Frank Isola.
Energy levels down.
Stay away from my Ditka vest, by the way. Let's begin with the ESPN report that the Warriors have called the Bucks in an effort to trade for Giannis. The Dubs have reportedly expressed their willingness to make a substantial offer for the former two-time MVP. In addition to players, Golden State can offer up to 4 first-round picks. Frank, what would a deal like this do for each team and for the NBA?
Yeah, if you're Milwaukee, you're getting them out of the conference. This one makes sense because of what you talked about for the draft picks. You include Kuminga so you get a young player. And really, if you're Milwaukee, if you're trading Giannis, you're rebuilding. That's why you heard about the Knicks with Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges. You're just, trying to hold on for dear life if you make that trade. Now, maybe a three-way can get that done, but with the Warriors, Steph Curry's still there, 37 years old. That window, what is it, about 3 years? And it works there. And if you're Milwaukee, Mike, so the picks are 26, 28, 32, and then also 2030, which I think would be top 20 protected. It's another deal that they had with Houston. Those are the picks you're looking at because those are the post-Steph Curry picks.
Right.
And that's when you think
to be bad.
That's when the Warriors will fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
So that one makes a lot of sense.
I'm going to throw another thing in there. I'm looking at this not for Golden State to contend this year, but next year. You notice a name we did not mention so far is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
If you can get Jimmy back from his current season-long injury, and you go ahead with the Sunshine Boys, and you keep Draymond Green, and you have Jimmy, and you have Steph, and you have Giannis, by the way, the youngest of the quartet at that point. If you have those guys, then you may be looking at something. I don't know that you can hold off this freight train called San Antonio or the defending champs in Oklahoma City or Houston or Denver and the best player in the league in Joker. But if you have that team and you're a Golden State, first of all, you are going to be the interest of the league.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to pay attention. You're going to want to see them. They are must-see TV if they've got that squad, and I hope they can keep Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and I think what they're trying to do, obviously, is go all in as long as Steph is playing. They feel like they owe it to him. My only thing would be, how much do you really want to give up for Giannis? I understand he's been a two-time.
Dub Nation, let's talk. Because what's happening right now around the Golden State Warriors is not normal. It's not casual, and it's definitely not just another deadline rumor. This feels different. This feels like one of those moments that only come around once every few years. The kind of moment that can literally change the direction of a franchise and shake the entire league at the same time. When you start hearing credible insiders say the Warriors have actually called Milwaukee, that they're preparing real offers, that they're willing to put serious draft capital on the table for Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to stop everything and really think about what that means. Because let's be honest, this isn't about maybe improving the roster. This is about going all in on one last massive championship window with Steph Curry. Steph is 37, still playing at an elite level, still bending defenses, still being the most feared shooter in basketball, but everyone in the Bay knows the clock is ticking. The Warriors don't have 10 years to slowly rebuild. They don't have time to wait for young players to maybe turn into stars. The front office is clearly sending a message. If there is a superstar available who can instantly change the ceiling of this team, they're willing to push their chips to the center of the table. And Giannis is not just any superstar. This is a two-time MVP, an NBA champion, a finals MVP, one of the most physically dominant forces the league has ever seen. A guy who can average 30 points, 12 rebounds, and completely destroy teams without even needing a jump shot. The idea of pairing that kind of rim pressure with Steph's gravity from 30 feet is honestly insane. You're talking about the most dangerous off-ball shooter in history, combined with the most dangerous downhill attacker in the modern NBA. Defensively, you can't leave Steph. In the paint, you can't stop Giannis. That's not a normal basketball problem. That's a nightmare. What makes this even crazier is that this isn't just fans dreaming. This is real. Milwaukee is listening. They're taking calls. And insiders are saying the Warriors are one of the most aggressive teams in the entire conversation. They have the picks, they have future assets, they have contracts that can make the money work, and more importantly, they have motivation. This is a franchise that has already tasted dynasties, already changed the league once, and knows exactly what it takes to strike when a window opens. But here's the real emotional part of this, the part that hits deep for Dub Nation. This might be the last time we ever see the Warriors make a move like this around Steph. Not because they don't want to, but because this might literally be the last phase of his prime. You can feel it. You can see it in the way he plays, the way Kerr talks, the way the front office is acting. There's urgency now. There's no "we'll see next year." It's now or never. And yes, there's risk, huge risk. Trading future picks, possibly moving young players, betting everything on a 30-year-old superstar who has had injury concerns. That's scary. There's no sugarcoating that. If this goes wrong, the Warriors could be paying for it for a decade. Those post-Steph picks could become gold for Milwaukee. That's the gamble. But that's also the price of chasing greatness. Dynasties aren't built by playing it safe. They're built by moments where franchises say, we're not afraid to fail if it means we might become legendary again. Now imagine the lineup. Steph running endless off-ball actions, Draymond facilitating, Giannis rolling to the rim like a freight train. Even if the supporting cast is thinner, the sheer pressure created by those two alone would be enough to warp defenses every single night. You wouldn't need perfection. You wouldn't need depth like the old Warriors. You just need those two to stay healthy in April and May. And suddenly, nobody wants to see Golden State in a 7-game series. Nobody. This is why the league is nervous. This is why every fan base is watching this situation closely. Because if Giannis actually ends up in San Francisco, we're not just talking about a contender. We're talking about a team that instantly becomes the center of the NBA universe again. National TV, media storms, super team debates, legacy conversations. It would feel like Kevin Durant all over again, but in a completely different way. Because this time, Steph wouldn't be adding another shooter. He'd be adding a physical monster who covers every weakness this roster has. At the end of the day, this whole story feels bigger than just a trade. It feels like a crossroads moment. Either the Warriors go quietly into the next era and accept the slow fade after Steph, or they make one last violent push at immortality. And everything we're hearing right now suggests they're choosing the second option. They're choosing chaos. They're choosing risk. They're choosing to see how far they can stretch this dynasty before the curtain finally closes. So the real question for Dub Nation is simple. If the price is everything, if the future is uncertain, if the rebuild becomes painful, is it still worth it to watch Steph Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo try to conquer the league together for one final run? Because if that moment actually happens, if those two really share the same jersey, we won't just be talking about basketball anymore. We'll be talking about one of the most outrageous, unfair, and unforgettable pairings the NBA has ever seen. And that alone might be worth the gamble.